All right, next project. My kids and I love playing with this. This is Risk 2210 AD. It's just like Risk, except it has like sci-fi elements in it. So there's a moon map to explore. There are extra like underwater colonies. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. It's really cool. I own the original, or not original. I'm not sure if this is the original, but like own the older Avalon Hill edition. If you get this game more recently, you're gonna get it in the now standard square box. This is in the more traditional elongated wrist box. So like the insert that I'm going to be designing for this might not work for you, but like check on Thingiverse. There's one that I'm going to link to that I like tentatively endorse, with some caveats, and you'll see why. Okay. So inside of the box here is the moon map with the 3 new moon continents. Here is the scoring map. This is the world map. I'm not going to bother unfolding this. You know what's here. There's a couple of extra continents in, but whatever. Not that important for setup purposes or for our setup purposes. This is the inside of the box. Normally there's 5 armies. 3 of them are already gone because I'm experimenting with some things off screen. I'll show this to you in a minute. We've got the individual armies. Each army is composed of some commanders. They're these like cool silvery dudes. They're composed of bases. Those are these temple building looking things. And they're composed of, I think they're called MODs, Machines of Destruction. I just call them dudes. You've got the 5-point dude, you've got the 3-point dude, the chicken walker looking guy, and you've got the 1-point dude. That's the tiny one. In a separate well, all in the same well, here are energy chits. You use these to buy certain things during the game. They come in denominations of 1 and 5. They're the same size, unfortunately. So in the absence of a really good insert, you're going to be struggling for this. We've got the year marker, which just tracks how many turns have gone by in the game. This game ends after 5 rounds rather, around the table. We've got the turn order marker, 5 of them, so 1 for each army. And we've got the nuclear tokens. These are some mechanic-specific things that happen in the game. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think those are all of the tokens that we've got. We've got dice, and like the regular one, it's not just D6s. We've got D6s and D8s. The black dice. Damn, I think there was supposed to be a third one for the defense. Hopefully I didn't lose a die. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. The white dice are defense. The black dice are offense. Each one comes in D6 and D8 flavors. And you've got cards. I've only got a few of the cards in here because I've actually also already printed off some insert components from Thingiverse file. Like I said, I tentatively endorse this insert. I'll link to it in the description. The thing that I most like about it, the one that I like least tentatively endorse, is it has these tuck boxes for the cards, which are definitely way better than what just comes with the box, which is this 8-well divider. The only reason that I don't particularly like these is that they don't accommodate sleeving. I don't care. This is like a really old beaten up game for us anyway, and I'm not planning on trading it away or anything like that. So like for me, this is perfectly fine. If you're a nerd if you're the sort of nerd that I actually generally am and likes to sleeve all of your cards, this is not going to do it for you. But hey, whatever. Better than nothing. Okay. The way that you start every game of Risk 2210 is you get 2 specific commanders. You get your diplomat, that's this gun dude. And by the way, it was really lucky that he was at the top of the thing. Usually I have to scramble around my army to figure him out. Did it with the Earth guy. I happen to randomly have him here at the top. Usually it's really hard to scramble out. You need to start with 1 base that you put on the board, and you start with 25 of your 1-point dudes. I'm not sure what the timing of these is. I'm going to assume that this takes between like 2 and 10 minutes to root through your army and figure out like, okay, let's count out the 25 guys, double check them, let's find my commanders, and let's find a base. And that's not really cool, right? Like this is setup time that is not part of the game, that's not particularly conducive to doing the social part of the game that board games are about. Inserts, to the extent that they can, should mitigate this. So we've already gone through some principles. Inserts should segregate all of the components that are in a game intuitively. Inserts should be vertical storage friendly. Inserts, I guess, ideally shouldn't do box lift, although I'm not the biggest purist on that. That's totally fine. Inserts should be intuitive to use, and it should be obvious where things go in the insert. And also, if it can, an insert should help you set up. This is an example of a game where this works particularly well. So here is an army box that I printed up. This is the red army that should be in one of these wells. Probably what I'm planning to do with this box is I'm going to print out 5 of these. I don't have all 5 of them yet. That's why I'm not showing you the full setup. They're going to be stacked into the box. I'm going to print an extra one holder for all of the chits, and then probably an extra like long bin that takes up the rest of the space for the dice and the cards. Maybe if there's enough space, I'll see about putting together a dice tower, but like I don't know about that. And also, I think if I did all of that, it would definitely not fit into the square box, so I'm a bit hesitant, but whatever. We'll see where this project goes. So far, this is what I've got. This is a 2-tier box, so like this top comes off the bottom, and also it's a sliding box. It has a little sliding lid that covers everything, so like you can put it on its side, or whichever side you like, however you like. The one thing that I'm not 100% sure I'm keeping about this is I did color code these. I don't know if that was the best decision. I already designed the window so that you can see the arm of one of the commanders that you start with. Another way of dealing with this is just printing these out in full gray, and then you can tell what color you're about to pick by checking out what the arm of the commander that you're looking at is. But okay, the idea here is, all right, the rest of your army is down here. These are nice little weld containers inspired by Groofinity, the Groofinity designs. So you can like pick these, pinch them, pick them up. They're really easy to work with. They store all of the things. It's not necessarily obvious where stuff goes, but I can put like little labels on them, and probably will, that reflect the 1-point dudes, 3-point dudes, 5-point dudes. You've got your bases in the top corner, the shallowest of the wells, and you've got the other commanders, the ones that you can hire during the game. The top section is just your starting stuff. So here it is. This is space enough for 25 of your 1-point dudes. You've got space enough for 1 base. I kind of tipped over here, but like ideally it would be just easy to pinch out. You've got room for your diplomat and your earth commander, and they are exactly spaced such that you can pick them out and they kind of like get grippied by their base down here. But this is exactly enough space for all of the things that you start with. So instead of taking the between 1 and 5 minutes, depending on how caffeinated you are that day, to pick through your army and pick out all of your stuff, the setup for you now is, here is the box, this is your army. You are now set up. You're ready to play the game. This is what good inserts should do, if at all possible, with the game rules, right? Sometimes, like with the Sushi Go insert, it's not really possible to accelerate Sushi Go setup more than you already accelerated, just because of the way that you have to lay things out onto the board. There's other games that I play, like for example, Brass Birmingham is one that I've been playing a lot lately. That's one where setup is really, really hard to facilitate. Even then, you can like make things a little bit more efficient, but not by very much. This is a game where you can easily put together a box that makes your setup like sub 5 seconds from when you sit down, and where you can do that, you should. I'll show you how the rest of this box design goes. Wish me luck. Cheers.